Good morning, everyone. Can I get a mic check? I got like 8 windows open. Good night. There we go. Now there's no off mic sign and somebody's actually on the mic. Am I coming through okay? Excellent. Kind of a quiet morning today, huh? Kind of a little bit of a sideways sleeper. Slight grind up, but nothing much going on. Had a little bit of a gap down, so I think if everybody was... MTA Live's going on right now? Maybe... Let me ask mods if... hold on just a second. Yeah, I forgot about that, John. Thank you guys for the reminder. Just checking if I might need to jump on a little bit later. That's my mistake for not realizing that. Yeah, I'll check Finnegan and see if I can stay on. I'll stay on for the moment. I had a couple of charts I wanted to go over, and see if we couldn't try and find us a nice little trade to take. Okay, so kind of going sideways at the moment. So I'm playing some 0 DTE Iron Condor and Iron Butterfly to try and capture some of this theta decay into this sideways movement. Both of those are doing pretty well. And then I'm looking for other setups that we might, like to at least get ourselves into or set up some alerts for. I really like this Costco chart right here. Even out on the daily, we are looking real nice on this flag. And we are right at this point of control level. And, if you felt like playing something really expensive, you could go out to like the Decembers on Costco. But, that's a pretty big account kind of situation. I'd go out, I was kind of looking at these, maybe playing something a little out of the money. Maybe just for a push up into this upper level of this flag here. Maybe something, trying to capture a move from here to here. And so, I was kind of looking at maybe the 900s for next week. 34 delta. That's not super expensive, but you will definitely have to contend with some theta. So this would be a trade that I would end up taking off if I got, at least a decent push up. So November 1st, 900 Cs on this one. I like that trade quite a bit. But we would need to take profit early, or I will be taking profit early because of out of the money theta decay. So this is something that ideally, look at that. I hate it when that copies instead of just moves. it's ideally something that would happen in the next few days, so that doesn't have to roll over into next week. Now, if we moved up, if we really started to push up above 900, then you can leave, or I will leave some of that on, potentially, because now we're in the money, and like, let's say that happens, early this week into tomorrow or the next day. You can I would feel safe being in the money and leaving that on for a few more days if it looks like it was going to break through. Daryl, I'm going to make a video on that, and I'll do it here in the room. I'm just waiting for a little bit more data, and I'm going to talk about those. So maybe next week I'll do a video on that. I'm actually setting them up so that you put them on at the same time of day each day, and set some parameters on how to execute, take profits and stop losses. So anyway, PayPal's moving up now. PayPal was something that was on my list here to talk about. So that's Costco. PayPal was another one that I was looking at. Yeah, look at this chart. Doesn't this thing look nice? It might be ready to go without us here. We've got earnings on October 29th. So the November 1st on PayPal are a great option. Let's see where we are here. I'd love to pick this up off of 80. But I don't know that we're going to get another push into 80. Got this value area high set up right here. We'll see what happens up against this level here. But where I'd really like to pick this up is right about 80. So I'm going to set an alert, an alert at 80.12. And see if we can't get, a push down into that, or pull back down into that level for a further move. On this one, targeting probably 83 as a profit target, and maybe 85 with a trailer if it really wants to go. But I'm going to be getting the November 1st. I'll probably buy the 82. So let's see here. Another November 1st, $82 calls. But I'm going to, every time, but I'm going to wait until I get something into this $80 level. If it happens, it might happen in the morning at some point, but I've got an alert there. Might even get kind of a trend pullback to this level as well. So I'm going to mark that up on the chart. But this is what I'm looking for, target of 83, and buying the earnings series because if it starts to move and we get closer to that earnings, we're just going to get some more implied volatility into that name. John, you're playing the 15-minute chart. Sorry, I wasn't watching chat. Yeah, I can see that Costco would potentially look bearish in the scanner, right? Because we've pulled down, right? We're consolidating sideways. If you look at it on a shorter term time frame, and you flip it, yeah, that looks like something. Okay, yeah, I'd love to play that long, but I'm thinking of the larger chart, right? So if I reverse it back, and I'm looking to continue capturing this trend, right? So on a shorter term time frame, yeah, that does it. You could make an argument that a short play would work. But I like this overall bullish Costco chart, especially, with earnings coming up. So that's why I'm playing that long. But that's what makes a market, right? Like there could definitely be a shorter term play to the downside. All right, so we got that. We got PayPal. We're waiting on PayPal. See if that's just going to go or if it's going to reject off of this level here. See, we had a little fake pop up there. Brought us all the way back down into that point of control. So that one's on watch. What else did I have? I had PLTR. I like this chart as well. I'd be playing the November 8th into earnings. And let's see here. Yeah, and I'd be playing the 44s, just looking it up to make sure that was correct. I'm still waiting, and I don't know why my alert didn't go off. I had an alert set lower, but I'm also going to set another alert here at 42.30 because that's a value area low that I think could, like it did this morning, just create a little wick down, pick up some, and move up, right? And PLTR, I mean, I'd probably be shooting for $45 on the target. But long term, I think this one has a lot larger move in it. But obviously, if we're only playing into November, it's not gonna shoot to 100. But I really like PLTR a lot. So we've got PLTR, Costco, PayPal. I picked up some UPST on this 78 minute. This thing looks great. I picked it up down here a little closer to the this red line, which at the time was point of control. And now it's bumping up against this trend line here. But this thing looks great and ready to fire. So if we go 78, we've got that rounding momentum. We've got the tight squeeze happening here. I wonder if we have a 130. Yeah, and a squeeze just starting on a 130. That just looks gorgeous. Like if you're still struggling with finding charts that just look beautiful, you'll hear D-Man, myself, Nate, just we'll pull a chart up and we'll say, oh my God, that thing's beautiful. I have to find a way to take part in that. This is what we're talking about, right? I know D-Man was talking about this morning as well. But that thing is just a beaut. And it might push through today. It might pull back a little and wait. I don't really know. Let's see. I have a couple more here. RCL. So, sorry. I'll put a trade plan in here. My fault. That's what I felt like I was forgetting to do something. I'll put a value area low there, so like a close below 51.65 area would potentially be a stop out. You see, we've wicked through there, but we haven't closed through there. And then it'd be interesting is put on a VWAP from back here on this gap up. We're kind of up into that level. See if it wants to push up through there. On these, what did I pick? I think I picked this week's. Yeah, I picked this week's, but I also like the November 1st's, $43 calls. Then I've got some time. So if this gives me another pullback, I like the 43 Cs on this one, just to buy a little bit of time, right? So if it doesn't want to take off this week, we have a little bit more time to wait. But I like UPST there. Those are 52 deltas. And obviously the target here, we should all be able to draw and figure out. But the target here, 1272 is 59. I think our long target is a 60, a touch of 60, and then our intermediary target that we're shooting for is this break of the high at 57.39. So that's how I'll be playing UPST, and then I had RCL. Ooh, since I put that on my watch list, that thing has moved up. But if I can get a pullback in this to probably 200, yeah, I would really like that off 200. But I mean, look at this chart. That's the daily. That's it's pretty trendy, as they say. Yeah. The yellow dots are just mean an even tighter squeeze. And then the black dots mean a light squeeze. It's just kind of it shows you 3 stages of the squeeze. It's the squeeze pro. But I kind of treat them all the same. If it's black, red, or yellow, that's a squeeze. Okay, so we've got another probably resistance level there. Hopefully we get a little pullback back into this consolidation. Wow, I had trouble saying that word. Consolidation level at 200. But if not, this might just go without me, and that's okay. And let's see. So RCL. Amazon. I think D-Man was talking about Amazon earlier. I'm looking for a pullback to this trend line. I have an alert set on that trend line. You can see the last few mornings, and one of the I think it was this day here, this one. I played that for a move up, and then we've come in the morning, and we've obviously this started the level, so we wouldn't have known to grab that one. But here it did it again in the afternoon. Here it did it again in the morning. And then this push back up. So I love this pattern and the way it's sort of setting up. Not sort of setting up, the way it is setting up. And eventually, I think we're going to get a nice break up above this level, this zone right here. And I'd like to take part in that. So this is less of a TPS style play and more of a chart play. I mean, we have a 130 squeeze. 130 is about the clearest squeeze. Momentum is rounding to the upside. And I'd just love to get me a little wick down and then take part in that larger push when it happens. And that, because that's going to be a day trade, depending on, how close we are to the Friday expiration, most likely I'll be playing this with this week's options in Amazon, usually at the money. Right? So let's see. Let's set that one up. Yeah, I'll get the wick down. I'll play the 190s for October 25th. 190 calls. And it will most likely be a day trade. Did I say the wrong thing for UPST? Let me go back. Maybe I did. I probably did. You know, I was probably staring at, yeah. Well, no, I wrote, that's the second time I've done that. Earlier, was that last week? Yeah, last week I said 22s instead of 42s. Yeah, 53s. Sorry, thank you for the correction there. Okay, and then the last one is team. I think this one is pretty interesting. It's not a clear setup, but I just kind of like the idea of, you know, breaking out through that level there. It is in a 30-minute squeeze over here, which is why it came up on my scan. But I like this for a push higher. I would probably risk down to this level here, 189.91. I'd love to get it a little bit lower off that trend line, but I actually kind of like where it sits right now. Needs to get up and over that level there. And I'd be targeting 200. Nice magical psychological level. I wonder if that would even come close on this move here. Pretty close, just above, a little bit above the 1272 there. And let's see. Excuse me. So team. When was? Those are on the 30. Oh man, those get expensive fast. Into earnings. Crazy. Next week's in the money are $13.20 per contract. That's crazy. Where are we here? So God, I'd love a move down into here. I'm going to put an alert here. And then I will probably play the 190s for this week. If I can get a move down into that lower trend line. October 25, 190s. And unless it just wants to go without me. I mean, it's not at a bad spot. It's right at this point of control, or very close to it. I've got to come all the way out to get the full point of control. Previous spike high here. Yeah, I'll see if I can get that a little bit lower. So I'm already in UPST at the moment. So that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 possible trades. Waiting on a few. In one so far. So that's team. As a possible, right? So we've got team, we've got PLTR. We're waiting for a little bit of a pullback there, playing that into earnings. We have UPST already in that. It's coming into a nice risk reward level there, right? If we kind of go boom, stop, target, we're at 4.26. Could even go to 6 if we're going to go all the way to 60, if that's the play we're going to have. So that's PLTR. We have Costco, which is also at a nice level to jump in. I might pick that one up here when I jump off the mic, because I like that one right here, right where it's at. Risking, you're not risking very far. I would probably be risking, let's see, where would I risk this? Probably risk down to this spike low here on this trade, because Costco's the kind of trade that can get away from you if you're not really careful. And then I'd be trying to play it back up into this trend line. So depending on, kind of where we are, that's still a, 3.5 or, 1 to 3 type risk reward, which I like. So I might be jumping into that when we come off the mic. And let's see, RCL we're waiting on, right? Yeah, that's up by this resistance level. So waiting on that to come in. AMZN, we're also waiting on that to come in to that lower trend line and pierce it. And then PYPL, also waiting for that to come into that $80 level or thereabouts for a pickup. Be even cooler if it came all the way into and wicked down into that level, like Amazon, right? Like Amazon, this has, wicked down into this level on a couple of mornings. And you could even kind of, there's a secondary, parallel line here that it has also used as trend line support, right? So anything down into either one of those two would, for me, is a great pickup. So waiting on that as well. I'm going to put a alert on that line as well. So waiting on a few. Some I'm in, and I might be getting into Costco as well. So does anybody have any questions on those? Russ, I don't post trades in the trades tab. I can write them in chat, but if I put them in chat, then there's only one that I'm in right now, UPST, right? And I will most likely be getting into Costco once I'm a little bit later this afternoon. I want to see how it shapes up. But then the other ones we're waiting on. So if I'm putting them in chat, they kind of look like actual trades, even though I'm just waiting on them. So okay. UPST. Oh wow, that is giving us a little bit of a pullback. In UPST, 10.25s. 5171. How's that? And then if and when I get into Costco, I will also put that one in. All right. Does anybody have any other questions or charts they want me to look at before I jump off here? Lift on the 15. Yeah, it looks nice. I feel like I want it off of a clearer level. But I like the chart. It's just got to get back above this point of control level at some point. Yeah, nothing for me there. Anthony, good. They're going good. which which play are you talking about? The snipers or the spread and butterfly trades? The sniper trades are going just fine. I mean, today is not the best day for snipers because you're just really not getting much continuation at all. And even your 1.0 reversals, there's just not a lot of movement. And so when days like this come along, I'm selling premium basically in three different types of trades. That are iron butterfly, iron condor, and then a call spread, directional call spread, and they're still doing great. And just switching back and forth between those depending on the type of day we're having. Last week was OPEX week. Not this week. Yeah, Mike, real quick, I can be happy to. I'm going to do, like I've said before, I'm going to do a much larger video on that when I just have a little bit more data. But in this one, I am here, and I'll put this in here because I haven't updated it for today. The Iron Condors I'm putting on at 11 o'clock. So let's go. Right. Oh, took me forever to get there. Right there, and I'm basically doing them on 20 wide Iron Condor at 11 o'clock every day. Basically, so with the Iron Condor is, and you can see kind of on this chart. Let me get these these other boxes off of here so they're not quite as confusing. As long as the price stays in this range here, you know, 589.62 as the high and 5,817 roughly as the low, then this is going to expire for max profit. If it goes outside of that, then I have to start trying to manage it. And today with the amount of movement we're having today, I think this is going to work out great. So that's what I'm doing. But when I do the video on it later, I'll have more data to share. Okay, that's it for me. I'm going to put Nate's screen back up, but it does not have the off mic sign up, so he will not be talking. I'll put his off mic next to his face below the stream. But he is not scheduled to come back on until Power Hour today. So D-Man might come on in between that. I'm not quite sure what his schedule is today, but that's what it's Tuesday, so Nate doesn't come on until 3. 78-minute UPST. See, here's the chart. So if I get rid of all of these drawings, that's what it looks like. I think there's a small squeeze starting on the 130, but the 78's the chart I'm playing. All right, I will chat with all of you a little bit later.